been a while and we've mostly been in the room the last few days.
And that's because the weather is so cloudy and it's been drizzling all day long.
November, December and Jan are apparently the worst time to be in Bali, but obviously it's Christmas season, so it is the best time suddenly to be in Bali.
And because it's the festive season, we have been observing that all the rates are going up like crazy. The room rates have increased almost 4 times now.
And we can't even find a room in most places. Anyway, our whole experience of staying here this entire week has just taught us something new, and we felt that we should share that with you.
And today we have taken up a challenge to show you guys how you can spend an entire day and night here in the center of Bali, that is in Ubud, for just $10.
And that is supposed to include everything, so we need to be able to find a place to stay, like
Eat
good
our
food
food,
and even some sightseeing, and yeah, maybe even getting around as well if that's the need.
Yeah.
And hopefully at the end of this video you'll be convinced that there is still a way to explore Bali for cheap.
Let's get started.
So the first task of the day is to find a place to stay, and for a moment forget that we are here, but yeah, we just found this place.
So for this day, this is how we booked. We just got onto Agoda, searched for this location called Ubud, and then a list of results came up. We sorted all the properties based on price and chose the first one on the top. Obviously it was the cheapest one, but we ensured we read all the reviews. They were great, and we saw where this was located. This is actually located in the center.
And this entire location is the best part of staying here in Bali. Ubud is the best place to stay in, especially if you want to do sightseeing and keep one place as the base. From here you can visit waterfalls, beaches, temples, everything.
Yeah.
And you can even get scooters on rent here for a very good price. Although it's like 1 hour away from the airport, this is the place where you definitely want to stay.
And we were surprised to see that this stay costed us only 350 rupees per night.
And it includes breakfast too, and it's not even like a small tiny breakfast. It's actually pretty decent. They give you options of pancakes, breads, omelets, freshly cut fruits, and even
tea
some
or coffee.
And yeah, like after waking up this morning to this beautiful lazy weather, we definitely enjoyed our breakfast
And our hot cup of coffee
Yeah.
with this beautiful weather. So the homestay we are staying in is really pretty because they have these plants everywhere. We even have a small balcony in front of our room where we can sit and enjoy our cup of coffee or tea, or even just in the evenings.
which is where we are shooting this video.
Yes, and we even have a small koi pond, and this family in the homestay where we're staying, they even have a small temple inside this complex, and
Actually-
it's really peaceful.
Actually, I just noticed before we sat down to film that the temple area is even bigger than the house itself, which is so cool.
So our room is quite basic. They have a small queen-sized bed, and it has 2 large windows which open up to the green trees in front of us. And the washroom is quite basic, and it has all the required facilities, but there's no hot water.
The hot water isn't much of a problem because in this weather you really don't mind. Of course, if you need hot water, you can find slightly better places where you can stay, but it's not a deal breaker for us.
Next task for the day is what to see around.
Yeah. Now that we are here in Ubud, in the very central area, there's actually a couple of things that we can do for free. And the first thing we'd definitely recommend that you check out is the Saraswati temple and then the Ubud Palace. Saraswati temple is this beautiful temple with a very nice lotus pond and a garden in front. It's brilliant for pictures. Like, you can go there early in the morning, preferably if you want the whole place to yourself. Even otherwise, just walk through that place and you'll really see how beautiful it is. There's no ticket to it, and there's definitely no crowd during the early hours of the day and the later hours of the evening. There's even a little cafe right at the entrance of the temple, and you can sit there and chill as long as you want, although the prices are a little higher, so we're gonna skip that because it doesn't work with our budget.
And also, this is just 350 meters from our hotel, so we did not have to rent a motorbike, so we just walked.
Another place which is like less than 50 meters from there is the Ubud Palace. So the Ubud Palace is a very beautiful attraction you can visit, and there's no ticket charge at all.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go there in the morning, again, you'll have the whole place to yourself, and it's probably only after like 10 a.m. that a lot of tourists really gather there. If you go there before that, or even later if you don't mind the crowd, you'll really get to see how beautiful the architecture is in Bali that's been preserved from nearly 400 to 500 years ago, because this palace was the royal seat of power here in the kingdom of Ubud, and this kingdom stretched pretty far and wide and had massive rice fields and so many families that made up this entire kingdom.
Since this was also free, we almost spent 2 hours just between the Saraswati temple and the palace, and it's almost time for lunch. Let's go. We came out for lunch. This place is called Under Mercury. It's about 1 kilometer from our hotels. So at this restaurant, we have already come here 2 to 3 times. So we know that they have a lot of variety, especially for vegetarians. They have Indonesian food like nasi campur, mee goreng, and nasi goreng, which is basically.
Hi.
So you ready?
Not yet. Tomorrow.
Yeah. So we know for sure that the quality of the food here, the taste is very, very good. So we came here again to show you guys this place. So here you get a lot of juices also, and all of them are just 10,000, whereas at all other places where we have seen the juices are at least 15,000 to 25,000, and the juices here are really thick and it's worth the money.
Thank you.
We have just ordered a juice. This is strawberry juice. Look how big it is, and it's thick too. We've ordered onion rings. It looks so crispy and there are so many pieces. I can't wait to taste it. And we've also ordered mee goreng, which is like fried noodles, and it comes with tempeh and tofu, which is for the vegetarian version.
All of this costs just about 40,000, which is like 200 Indian rupees or just under $3.
You might say you've ordered just one mee goreng, but it's actually sufficient for 2 people. Me and Navneet share this and we're already so full.
And now we are off to another place called as the Campohan Ridge Walk. So the weather, as you can see, is just not on our side at the moment, and we're now walking back from the top on the north side of the ridge back down to where we entered from. And maybe this is also a good opportunity to talk about the weather. If you're in Bali, avoid the rainy season. As long as you're okay with a bit of rain in the afternoon, you might actually get better prices during this time. But honestly, if you're here only for a week, then you probably want to time it better. So Campohan Ridge Walk is actually, it's like a path that goes on the top of a ridge, and on both sides there are two valleys, and then there's again the mountain on either side with expansive rice fields and the city. So this path itself is just pure nature. The path is very well laid with stones and everything, but the idea is that if somebody wants to get away from the city, the noise, and what Ubud is all about, its traffic and hustle and bustle, then this is just right in the middle of the city, but you can still enjoy cut off from all of this. So that is why a lot of people come here to Campohan Ridge Walk, especially at sunset time. However, as you can see, this hasn't worked for us. But if you're also somebody who prefers morning walks, then this is a great place to come and just take a 2-kilometer hike.
So in other news, or this is the news for today, we got our first super thanks on YouTube
From FD. So FD, if you're watching it, thank you so much.
We are so grateful.
Yeah, we're definitely very grateful because one, we never really expected anyone to do this, and obviously we're too shy to really promote this at the moment. So it was just so much fun to see a new comment appear with a little blue box around it with a dollar symbol and some money next to it. So
And this is so encouraging for us.
thank you so much.
Our budget for the entire day was $10, out of which $5 we received as super thanks. So I think our budget will increase now.
Only for eating.
Yes.
And I've just discovered a very nice taco place down the road. Let's go.
Do you guys like taco, or it's just Namit all the time?
She always
Liz.
bothers me when I want Mexican food. She likes Mexican food. The other day I asked her to rank her top 5 cuisines, and Mexican ranks like I think second or maybe even first. It depends on the hour of the day when I ask her. But it's just mean. When I want it, she will not give.
Oh, if I'm not a Mexican chef here, I can give
Shishira
you Anna
has
Mosru.
barely cooked in her 6 years of marriage to me, which will soon be 7. Yeah.
Who will give my helmet?
Aren't you going?
So for dinner, we have come to this small varung which is hidden behind some rice fields, and this is called Gauri Varung. And today is Christmas, and guess who we are with? John and Ute.
Ta-da! So Ute and Bjorn were, or as you're supposed to pronounce it in German, Ute and Bjorn, yes, were actually traveling in the neighborhood, and because we are here in Bali, they decided to cancel all of their plans to travel to other places, and they just showed up. They just took the most expensive flight out.
We did.
and then they came here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now they're spending Christmas with us.
Of course.
Merry Christmas! So we've got nasi champur. Nasi champur is like a a plate meal, and it's got a bunch of different things like rice, satay, corn fritters, something else which is crispy and oily, and then tofu and tempeh, and then bean sprouts, lettuce, and most importantly, crackers. And all of this for just 30K.
So this is like the most traditional Indonesian meal you can have for dinner or
For sure.
lunch.
Don't miss it when you're here.
Caramelized onion.
Now we are walking in a little farmland area just on the opposite side of the valley from the Campohan Ridge Walk. So if you come looking for a full day of just peacefully sitting around, maybe in a cafe, maybe in a warung overlooking the rice fields, then this spot is one of the best places you can come to. The prices are definitely not very budget friendly, I'd say, but it's also a great way to spend the whole day, especially if, let's say, you're working out of a laptop and then you want to just sit and spend your whole day. There are many co-working cafes over here, so great way to spend it.
Round thingy poo. So Namit is getting a haircut and he just called me because he wants me to see his back of his head and tell if it's too long or too short and make adjustments accordingly. So I'm here to supervise Namit's haircut. Start.
So what is it?
Take 600.
100.
It's been a while.
Maximize the time out during the mornings, and this is just stupid what I'm saying.
Yeah. Ute's advice for Namit.
So, Navnet have to buy his own present for a gift, new shoes, because his old shoes are so
worn out.
yeah, it's gone.
But it tore only 2 months ago, and there's still one string holding it.
One string.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
I have to sit and edit all this.
It has to land on something cushiony. That mushroom head of yours is only thing up there.
I am a buffalo soldier
Press your belly and we'll
in
see
the
what you want.
heart of come on. Okay.